Eight poses. Welcome to another one of the critically acclaimed, award-winning Wrestling Revolution reviews on Smackdown. I am, of course, your host, the Black and White Delight, Grumpy Cheeto. First off, I'd like to thank my new subscribers, which is Nuggaflex, WWE fan since 1998, and ZM9009. Also going to start something new this week. I'm also going to talk about my new Twitter followers, which is Game Glitching and Javin723. Thanks, guys, for tuning in or following me on Twitter. The Twitter has been since changed from Bobby Black U2C to Unsquared Circle, so me, Bobby, and Wesley can all just tweet. It's the Unsquared Circle's general Twitter. I'd also like to thank the people who left me comments on last week's show, which would be Classic 1333, Duffel Puds, DW Squirtle, Zamario Wrestles, and Largest 85. Thank you guys for leaving your feedback. I love it when you guys leave your feedback and you get recognized on the show. Alright, I'd like to encourage everyone to go to WrestlingRevolution.com, the epicenter for all of your wrestling needs. Please submit your predictions for Slammiversary, which is coming up this Sunday in the pay-per-view prediction contest. If you haven't gotten into it, get into it. There's still plenty of time to get into it and get a decent place. I'll tell you what, it's worked for me. I'd also like to let everybody know that unfortunately, since I blew up Crazy Pretzel's apartment, he's not going to show up for the competition this week. However, next week, we will have the bowling challenge, which is round 1 in the epic 3 stages of hell between Grumpy Cheeto and Crazy Pretzel. Alright, enough of this boulder dash. Let's get into SmackDown this week.
Get ready for the Smackdown! Get ready for the Smackdown! How you gonna react when you're put on your back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the Smackdown!
This week's SmackDown is in my backyard of Roanoke, Virginia. We start off with an in-ring promo where Christian comes out and basically he pushes his heel turn. You know, which everyone says, oh, he's not a heel just because he hit him in the face once. No, guys, after this, he's a heel. He's definitely a heel. He says that the crowd doesn't quite get it. Christian lost the title after 5 days. And also that he's through with his peeps. Well, no matter what happens, I will still be a peep. You are screwed, Christian, but not by Randy Orton, by management. I hope you win the title this upcoming, or not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And I just hope that this is a huge liftoff for Christian as a main eventer. Also, Christian calls Cole in to talk to the crowd, and Michael Cole sits there and he says, he repeats everything that Christian says. Since Christian's not talking to the peeps, Michael Cole's going to talk to the peeps, and then all of a sudden Michael Cole has a change of heart about Christian. Next, we have the first match of the night, which is Ezekiel Jackson and the Usos, which I'm glad they're finally using the Usos for tag team. And shut up, Zamario, I know, WWE doesn't care about tag teams. Well, I can dream! Big Zeke and the Usos versus the Core. I gave this 3 out of 5 Black Rangers. Wasn't a bad 6-man tag match. There was some great work between the Usos and Gabriel and Slater. Wade Barrett, of course, avoids Ezekiel Jackson like the plague. And eventually, Wade Barrett just walks out. Like, when Ezekiel Jackson gets tagged in, he tags in, I think, Gabriel or Slater, and Wade Barrett just walks out. So then after that, of course, the things break down. There's a double super kick on Slater, and then Ezekiel Jackson hits a torture rack on Gabriel for the submission win. It wasn't a bad 6-man tag match. Made further dissension with the Core. I think it was good to see the Usos go over finally, in some fashion. So I think this was a good opening contest for SmackDown. Next, we go to a backstage promo with Teddy Long and Sheamus. And Sheamus blames Teddy for his loss last week, but Teddy says, if you have that frustration, then I'm going to put you in a match tonight with Randy Orton in a no DQ match. Okay. I'm liking this. They had a great match last week, so I'm thinking it's time for them to have I mean, they'll probably have a great no DQ match this week. Next, we go to the core in the background, and they are officially disbanded. At least according, Slater and Gabriel say they're through with the core, and then they walk off, and Wade Barrett's just like, Alright, now I have to explain something to you guys. As all of you probably know, I watched SmackDown on YouTube prior to it coming out here in the United States. For some reason, on any SmackDown on YouTube that I could find, it was missing 2 matches. Jinder Mahal versus Trent Beretta, and Tamina versus AJ. I don't know if the people who put this on YouTube just didn't think the matches mattered. I don't know if they just forgot them. I don't know if maybe they're going to be cut from US show. Or they were cut from overseas shows. I don't know. So those 2 matches happened, and I can't give them a ring because I never saw them. It didn't really seem like they were that important. I mean, it just seemed like Trent Beretta and Jinder Mahal was just the squash match, and Khali, of course, squashed Trent's head afterward. And Tamina and AJ got the win with the roll-up. I'm not going to rank them because I didn't see them, but they were there, and they didn't seem that important. Next, we have an in-ring an in-ring promo with Randy Orton. He comes out and he calls out Christian, but Christian comes on the Tron. And, of course, they talk about, their match, or Christian challenges them to a match at the pay-per-view, and Randy Orton says, "You're on." I really think they need to add a stipulation to this, like either a cage match or a last man standing match or something, just because this will be Orton Christian 3, and I get it, Christian's a heel now, but they need to add like some kind of stipulation to this match for the pay-per-view. Make it a little more interesting than the past 2 pay-per-views. Anyway, Christian gets in his car after he gets his match and drives away. So we think Christian's gone, right? Okay. Match 4 of the night, which is Ted DiBiase versus Sin Cara. I gave it 2 out of 5 Red Rangers. It was a good match until the end, where Cody Rhodes basically got Ted DiBiase disqualified by knocking Sin Cara off the apron while the ref saw him. So, and then Cody, of course, got in the ring and started beating up Sin Cara. Teddy Long comes out and says, "That's not how we're playing things on SmackDown Playa. So, we are going to make a tag team match." So it's Priceless, a.k.a. Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes, versus Sin Cara and Daniel Bryan, which I gave it another 2 out of 5, Yellow Rangers. This was a short tag match. It didn't get the time that I think it should have. There's a great deal of potential between these 4 guys, and honestly, I think a Capital Punishment, it should be a Fatal 4-Way. Either that or a 6-pack challenge with these 4 guys versus, Ezekiel Jackson defending against Wade Barrett, Sin Cara, Daniel Bryan, Ted DiBiase, and Cody Rhodes. I think that would be a great match if it got time at the pay-per-view. We haven't had a 6-pack challenge in a while that I remember, so I think it would be a good match to make. I'm a fan of multiple people matches like that, especially for a title, and especially if it's an elimination style, like if you're pinned, you're eliminated, the match isn't over. So I'm kind of hoping for that, but this match was whatever. 6th match of the night, which is the main event. Oh, by the way, the 5th match was the tag match. The 6th match of the night, which was Randy Orton versus Sheamus in a no disqualification match. I gave this 3 out of 5 Green Rangers. This was a pretty good match. There's a 6th spot where Sheamus was hanging in the ropes on the outside, like he was hanging from the ropes to the outside of the ring, and Orton just went to town on him with the kendo stick. I mean, that Singapore cane, man, he just went to town on him. Towards the end, Christian made his way back in the ring and he distracted Orton. Sheamus tried to hit a nice clothesline and tried to go for the 3. He got a 2 count. Afterward, he tried to go for the bro kick, and then Sheamus hit Sheamus went for the bro kick. Orton hit the RKO. But then right after Orton got it from the RKO, Christian came in and hit Orton right in the back of the head with the world title, and then I'm pretty sure Randy Orton fell and hit his head, literally, like, really hit his head on the steel steps. I'd have to watch it again. I didn't really watch it again, but, yeah, so that was SmackDown. Sheamus picks up the win. What did I give the night as a whole? I gave it 2 out of 5 Blue Rangers. Keep in mind, this is without seeing the Jinder Mahal Trent Beretta match and the Tamina AJ match, although I'm not missing too much. I'm figuring there would be 2, maybe 3s. Maybe if they're lucky, they'd be 3s. From what I've read. So, really, this was kind of, the problem with this week's SmackDown was it just, there were too many promos and too many throwaway matches. Just matches that didn't really matter. The Sheamus Orton match was good, and the 6-man tag was good. Other than that, the tag match was a the Priceless versus Sin Bryan, that's what I'm going to call him, tag match was a letdown. And Ted DiBiase versus Sin Cara didn't even really have a chance to get off its feet. So, and I missed 2 matches, so I guess maybe it's just a bum week for me anyway. But don't forget to sign up to WrestlingRevolution.com, the Epic Center, for all of your wrestling news. We got news, community. We got a prediction contest where you can win prizes. The Jerry Show DVD set. You can get Chris Jericho and the Big Show's DVDs, new, not used, new, shipped to your house if you are the first place winner. So go there, sign up, and as Zack Ryder says, get the t-shirt, which we have merchandise on our site. So, Crazy Pretzel, we're going to have our bowling challenge next week. You need to get moved into your new apartment, whatever. You know, just because you're a wuss and you're chickening out doesn't, you can put it off as long as you want, but I am the superior black and white. Heck, you're not even in black and white. You just copy and can't even do black and white. So, anyway, I'm Grumpy Cheeto, and